Will the economy beat the Democrats, and should it?
Well, I don't know. I mean, we have to have the election, but let's point out a few things. As you know, gas prices. I was in upstate New York, and they were talking about gas prices, and somebody says, "How many people go to Canada to get better gas cheaper?" None, because it's a world market. But that doesn't help a lot. Look at energy company profits; they're the highest they've ever been. You can't tell me that these big oil companies are not using this to jack up prices. So, yes, there are things you can do. The main thing that I wish Democrats would focus on is Kevin McCarthy, the presumptive House Speaker, says that if we're elected, we will shut the government down to force cuts in Social Security and Medicare. Not only do you not need cuts in Social Security, you need COLAs. How can seniors on fixed income deal with this by cutting their Social Security as opposed to doing what they should do, is due to cost of living adjustments,
so James,
which are built into the bill. So go ahead, I'm sorry.
Are you falling prey to the, okay, what happened on the Democrats' watch is bad, but they'll be even worse?
Well, yeah, I can't tell you that this inflation is good, but I'm telling you that.
But are you to blame for it?
People can do things.
Should you have to own it?
How can I be to blame for something that's going on all over the world? The inflation in the United States is not any worse than it is anywhere else. Now, that's not a very good
But it was
excuse,
better before you. And you haven't done a good job of arguing that point.
I'm saying that people need tools to deal with this. They could do a windfall profit tax and return some of it to gas consumers. They could do Social Security cost of living adjustments as opposed to forcing a government shutdown would wreck the entire economy in order to just crush seniors that are on a fixed income. You can't deny that inflation is out there. Of course it's out there.
But do you think your party is making the case? Do you think your party's making the case well enough to save a majority on either side?
I do not think we're making the case on how dangerous it is to shut the government down in order to force people on a fixed income to lead a lesser life. I think we should be talking about that day in and day out in every minute of every hour until now in Election Day.
But isn't that shifting?
Lacks discipline.
Isn't that shifting? Look, I'm not saying that entitlements don't matter. And I'm not saying that that's not a protection that we need now more than ever going on with what's going on with the economy. But they're going to hit you with what they've been hitting you with, which is it's worse under your watch. It's the economy, stupid, and you screwed it up. It was better under Trump. If you just say, well, they're going to do worse things, do you win?
Right. Well, first of all, you tell people we actually have a plan to give you tools to deal with this. They want to make it worse. It's bad enough, and they want to make it a lot worse for you. And when people are in this kind of situation, Chris, they say, well, I'll just vote against the incumbent party because what I have to lose. Well, you actually have a lot to lose. And we're in and by the way, all the economic news, as you quite correctly pointed out, we have growth in this economy. I don't know, 9 million jobs been created under Biden.
Over 10.
I mean, it's not all bad, but that's not the argument you make. You acknowledge that inflation is there, and you say, we're trying to give you tools to deal with it. And I think that is the most effective argument that you have.
Are they making the effective argument?
No.
Why not?
They did. I don't know, because from where I sit, the message looks constipated to me. Back in April of 2021, I wrote a piece in the Wall Street Journal to say that the Democrats needed to get ahead of the crime issue and start taking ownership of it. Of course, they said, well, we can't do that. Then I said, we need to take ownership of this issue about them shutting down the government to cut Social Security and Medicare. I don't know. I think the pronoun people block any kind of sensible campaign messaging that exists, but that's a theory of mine.
What do you think about all of those people signing on to a letter telling Random House to not publish Justice Comey Barrett's book?
I do not believe in that. I've never believed in that.
Your party does.
I bought guests from I don't know if my party does. Some people in the party believe that. Let's say there's 250 authors that hardly comprise the entire Democratic Party.
But don't you have to own them?
I don't know if I have to own them, but I'm just, you ask me.
Yeah.
I've had very conservative speakers come to my classes, and I taught in higher ed for 16 years.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of News Nation's fact-driven coverage.